Hey guys, Jeremy, my way MFG. Today's video, we're gonna pretty well finish off the front of the trunk and show you how that all turns out. Um, Turned out pretty good for what we had to work with. I can tell you that. We didn't have much to work with. And I want to talk about this speedometer problem I've been having. And be forewarned, there's a little foul language there, but it did seem appropriate for the occasion. So if you're offended by that, you might want to forward through this next clip of the video. But anyway, guys, enjoy. I was talking about that speedometer, showing that new speedometer I bought, video before last. If you guys have been following along since the beginning, you've known the trouble I've had with this speedometer. I ordered that thing from India. It came with a whole set of gauges. I designed a dash around it, and now I'm kind of committed to these gauges, you know. Speedometer they sent me was in a 2-to-1 ratio. I need a 1-to-1 ratio, which it shouldn't have even been made in a 2-to-1 to begin with. But when I bought it, I'd had it over 30 days before I ever even tried it out. So when I contacted them about sending it back, they wouldn't take it back. They said, I've had it over 30 days. They're not gonna do anything about it, right? So that was a year ago. I'm mad about that. So that's why I waited a year. I finally decide, well, I'll order another one from them, you know, maybe get this worked out. Because nobody else seems to have the problem I have. I'm assuming I just got one that was calibrated 2-to-1 for some unknown reason. Most of the rest of them are 1-to-1. So I'm hoping I get one that works right? So I get it, and it's sitting there. And I said in that last video, I'm going to order another one. If it don't work, they've got me twice, but they won't get me 3 times. My son picks it up, it's laying on the table, and he says, why'd you get a KPH? Wouldn't you want MPH? And I'm like, oh no, I didn't even look. That's my fault. Haven't had it 30 days yet. I figured they'd take it back and exchange it, right? So I messaged them. And I said, hey, I got a KPH speedometer. I need an MPH. You guys swap that out, exchange it. The next morning, they sent me a message back, and it said, you ordered KPH, we send KPH. You want MPH, buy another one. Son of a bitches they got me twice, right? They're not getting me a third time. I'm not ordering any more of their damn speedometers. So what are we gonna do now, right? They make the gear reduction thing that goes from 2-to-1 to 1-to-1. Look into buying one of those and putting it on the first one, and the second one just whatever, you know, not use it, put it on a shelf somewhere. But because of these jackasses, I will never buy anything from India again. I could be looking for a stocking cap, like a Carhartt stocking cap. If it said country of origin, India, I would scroll right on past. Because they would send me a stocking cap with a big flap and a tassel or something on it. I would try to send it back, and they would say, oh, no, it's yours, you know, you bought it. Never again will I buy anything from India. These sons of bitches would go to the end of the earth to fuck with me, and I'm done with them for the rest of my life. But yeah, so that's where we're at with the speedometer, guys. They got me twice. Back out here today, guys. I got the trunk lid back off. I've went ahead and I've wrapped this corner, and end up having to take inner structure clear up to here. That's how far I had to go before I could hit any good metal. I decided just to go ahead and make me another fold over lip and just get it back on there, and you know, I'll be pinching these 3 pieces together and just so it looks a little more, you know, better when it's done. I had thought about making another fold over lip to go across the front. You know, it'd be a lot more work, but, well, not a lot more work, but more work. But you got to imagine by the time that's folded over, it's getting real close to this inner structure anyway. I don't think it's really worth it. We just put a skimmer of fiberglass on that and then just blend this whole area right up into this lip, you know. And I think that'd be a thing to do there. This corner here, I still got to bend these pieces down and wrap it, and, you know, once again, cut out until I get some good metal. Probably be about the same distance as that one, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. And as soon as these corners are done, kind of finish up all this welding, and pretty well done with it. I really don't have that many hours in this. This all went together, you know, fairly easily, I thought. We're gonna call this good, solid. I'm noticing right now, I don't think I'm gonna have enough gas in my MIG welder tank to finish this trunk lid. Probably gonna have to go get some tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully have it here by Saturday and we can finish welding up this corner. Quite a bit of welding when you actually get to doing it, you know, trying to get that whole front lip welded up and then the corner, all that. So yeah, I don't think I got enough gas. But I got this side all done. It's all ground down. Most everything is welded solid, continuous. Right here where I butt welded this front piece to the, let me get you closer. Right here where I butt welded this front piece into the bottom piece, I've got it welded there and there, a couple stitches there. I think I'm just gonna fiberglass that. That's solid enough. That would never move. This patch here, it's welded all the way around. I've got this lip. It's welded completely up to the center. I went ahead and put a flange back on there just so it would look a little better. But I got to see the finished product, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and fiberglass this half. Just well, I'm tired of welding for right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some fiberglass on here so next time over I can kind of see what it's gonna look like, and then maybe get a tank for that. I need a wheel. I need a wheel also. I can't roll this damn thing. And then we'll get back on this corner. And as I think I said earlier in the video, it's most likely going to have to come up about the same distance as this one did. But this one all turned out pretty good. At least I think it did. I mean, I got all the rust cut out anyway, you know. So anyway, guys, spread a little fiberglass. I'm out here working, and I just posted that last video where I kind of said them things about the experts that are trying to take everything over, you know. I've been reading you guys' comments as I've been working, and I see the guys that watch the channel all the time. You guys get it. You guys get it. But that doesn't mean everybody does, you know. But hey, we got a good group here, you know. We really do. Anyway, fiberglass. Where's my fiberglass? I didn't thin this out. I'm gonna try to mix it up at full consistency here to see how it goes. This PB blaster works pretty good to get fiberglass off your fingers if you catch it before it sets up all the way. All right, I got the fiberglass here on one half of it. By the time I get that sanded down, you would really have to look closely to ever know that this was fixed. It's gonna look just fine. But anyway, out of here for today. I gotta go to the dentist tomorrow and get a tooth pulled. I hate that. I hate it. Hate it, hate it, hate it. But we'll make sure we got some MIG gas, weld up this other side, get some fiberglass on it, and man, if we can figure this seal out, we're getting real close on this trunk work, you know, real close on the trunk work. And then I think I want to bring a leaf blower over here, open the doors, blow this garage out, because I got a dusty mess in here. Get everything kind of blowed out and cleaned up in here. Get ready to paint those garnish moldings. We get them fixed up and painted. See if we can get the glass in the doors, because I had a bunch of small stuff I wanted to get done this winter, but truth of the matter is I could also do that small stuff in the summer. But I wanted this trunk fixed, and I wanted the windows in it. And if I can get that done, yeah, I'll be happy. But anyway, guys, I'm out of here for right now. Wish me luck at the dentist, though. Ugh. Getting ready to do this corner over here. Cut this flange off up to here. That other side, I had to cut it up here and bend a 90, you know, replace all of this. As I look at this side, this don't look too bad. I might be able to just get this welded in right down here on the flat, you know, and then make me a new lip there. I'm gonna cut that out and just see how it looks. Hey guys, I came back out here and started working after I got off work. I got this welded all the way across the front. I've got a new piece of inner structure in there that comes clear up to here. I cut me a flange to put back on there. It was originally long enough. I was cutting little slits in it just so I could get it to follow the curve, and I squeezed my tin snips a little too hard and whacked her off clear through, so I'm gonna have to weld that back on there, but not a big deal. But as soon as we get that on there, all the pieces are in. And then if we don't run out of gas, in the next 6 inches, we should be able to get this fiberglassed up. I'll just get all the bodywork finished on the front in the morning, you know. Anyway, I don't know. I don't have too many hours in this. I think I ended up counting, I put 10 pieces in, I think. This piece out of the other trunk, and then the one out of the other trunk, the front lip, long piece I put in. Those are 2 pieces that came out of the other trunk. So that's 1, 2. I welded a new front roll down thing on this. That makes 3. A new front hair and a top, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up the side, 8, and then a flange piece, 8, 9, 10, what's that, 11? Hell, I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces. I had 11 pieces on there. And I can't think of a way I could have done it any easier, really. I try to keep everything as easy as possible. I don't like to create a lot of work for myself. But by the time I put a new front in this and a new top on this, the only thing of this left was this roll area right here, you know. And it wasn't rusty at all. I welded it back in. And then, you know, the rest of the structure's all right. I'm gonna wire wheel a lot of this off and then, you know, see if I've got any more really bad spots that need welding, but as near as I can tell, that's mostly just surface rust. I think I got all the rust through cut out of it, with the exception of right up in here, around this hinge area, right clear up into there. I think I'm gonna have to put a little bit of metal right there. And then I believe most of the bad rust is gone. Hopefully we didn't change curvature across the front any. We won't know till we get it back on the car. It feels pretty good, but if we was ever to paint the car, we'd have to put a skim coat of Bondo across that anyway. But yeah, that's where we're at. I got this fiberglass sanded down. When you're sanding that down, you just want to sand until you start to see the tops of your welds. You want to leave the rest of it on there. You want all the low spots covered. After you get it down to this point, it'll be a skimmer of Bondo, and that should hide everything else. And then all that should look pretty good. That's how that flange that I made, it just comes to the end, and then this all just fades right out into the roll, you know. And this side here will be the same after I weld my piece back on that I accidentally cut off. This piece here, I rolled it clear up to the top, and I welded along the top edge because that side was bad. This side here, it was still good, so I welded it down here in the low area. But yeah, that's where we're at with it, guys. All right, guys, I feel like all the welding's done on this. I've done a little more grinding. I think everything is flattened down good enough that I can get my skimmer of fiberglass on there. I got this lip on all the way. I got that patch in. This is welded down the edge. Yeah, I think we fiberglass this other half in the morning and get it to this point. And we'll blow everything off with an air hose, get a good look at it, and probably go ahead and put some Bondo on it and finish it. That would leave me with just this hinge to patch, but yeah, that's way back there. I'm not worried about burning my Bondo or nothing. And then I've got to weld this stress crack thing up. I got to get it bent back around and weld it up. I think everything else in here is in pretty decent shape, near as I can tell. get it wire wheeled off and stuff and see if any of this is actually rust through or just surface rust. I just don't know. But anyway, that's coming together. Yes, I did have a tooth pulled yesterday. There is nothing worse. Nothing worse. I hate going to the dentist. I absolutely hate it. See you tomorrow, guys. Getting ready to mix up a little Bondo. Not very much. This is going to be really, really, really thin. I'm just going to put it over where I got the fiberglass sanded off from the other day. And then I just put the fiberglass on the other side. As soon as that sets up, we'll continue on with the Bondo. But all I'm doing with this is just try to get the other edges to feather out and the low spots filled in. This is going to be just super thin. So a little probably go a long way here. We're not trying to get anything leveled out or nothing like that. Just want to mix it until your color gets pretty consistent. You know, it's streaky at first. So here's got set up enough that I could probably sand it here in just a couple minutes. It's just a little sticky yet, but not bad. Just put some primer on this first half. I got my Bondo sanded out. I didn't show any of that. It's just too boring to watch me sand Bondo, but I'll show you here in a second, but it smoothed out and looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the second half here. And yeah, we should have this getting pretty close. Doing a quick experiment here with some different glue. This piece over here, I've cut 4 little pieces of the rubber off of this excess Weatherstrip that goes on the trunk. I've used yellow Weatherstrip adhesive that I did before. On one section it's bare metal. On one section it's painted with that Rust-Oleum Rust Performer primer, which is what I had on there. I held them in place for 30 seconds and let go. I've got some Loctite super glue here that says bonds rubber and metal. I'm doing the same thing with it. I'm trying it on the bare metal and on the primer. One of the subscribers mentioned get this super Weatherstrip adhesive, which I might do, but I haven't been to town this week to get any. So I was just wanting to see if there was a difference on the bare metal to the prime surface, and then see if the super glue would perform any better than the Weatherstrip adhesive, and trying it both on bare metal and primer. I'm gonna let all 4 of these pieces set for a little while and then try to pull them off, you know. I've got this side of the truck all bondoed in, and I put a little primer on it to see if there was any areas I needed any more attention on. And I've just put a real thin skimmer of Bondo over the fiberglass on the other side. And as soon as that sets up, we'll sand it off and do the same as we did here. And yeah, we pretty well got our front of our trunk back together. Just a couple little more issues to address on this and it should be done. So I want to try to get this Weatherstrip problem figured out as well. But yeah, I took a wire wheel and started cleaning down the rest of this side just to see if I seen anything that looked bad that needed cut out. I really don't. And I stopped right here. We'll get the rest of that cleaned up the same way, but I'm really thinking at this point that I pretty well have all the rust cut out of it, except for right there around that hinge. And then I think as soon as we repair that, the rest of this is pretty good. I think I pretty well got all the rust out of it. You know, it's hard to get every little thing, and a guy doesn't know what goes on underneath this lip and this inner structure, but from what I'm seeing, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks as good as anything else, you know. So, yeah, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape with this here real soon. And as I mentioned earlier, I still got to weld this up right here. I'll let that set just a little bit longer and then try to pull them off and see what kind of, see what's working the best there. I got to suspecting maybe that primer was my problem. Anyway, we'll see what happens here real shortly. All right, guys, I kind of wanted to get the primer on that before I ended the video, and that's why I didn't post it yesterday. But this is what that's looking like. It's not too bad for what we're doing, you know. Not a show car piece, but definitely way better than it was. So I'm good with that, you know. I'm good with that. Now let's turn around and see what this glue has done. This stuff's probably been setting for, you know, I'm guessing an hour. This is yellow Weatherstrip adhesive glued onto primer. I can pull it off, but I'd have to say it's stuck pretty good. This is super glue on primer. Once again, I can pull it off, but it was stuck good. Yellow Weatherstrip adhesive bare metal. Seems about the same. I tell you what, guys, that might be our answer right there. This was yellow Weatherstrip adhesive on the primer. That's the application I was doing. That probably pulled off the easiest. And that was super glue on the primer. As you can see, it pulled off and most of the glue was stuck to the rubber, but not the primer. And it pulled off kind of hard. Weatherstrip adhesive on the bare metal, it wasn't really too much better than it was on the primer. Super glue, it broke my rubber. The rubber's still glued. I had to break the rubber to pull it off of there. So maybe that's what we do. Maybe we scratch that down until we got bare metal showing on that last 3/16 of an inch, glued on with the super glue. because from what that's telling me, it sure in the hell wouldn't come off. I don't know. Or maybe I'll try to get some of the super Weatherstrip adhesive and just give it a go and see how I like it too. That would give me 3 different choices. But anyway, turning around here, I think I'm gonna get out of here for today, guys. This is all back together. Probably one more video on this, maybe. Looks like we're gonna be finishing off with the trunk about the same time we're gonna be finishing off with January. So yeah, that's good. February we'll start something new, you know. So that's going to do it for today. As always, guys, I appreciate you watching the videos, liking, commenting. Thank you to all the subscribers, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later, Jeremy.